Hi everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm from British Columbia, Canada, and I just had jaw surgery about 6.5 weeks ago. There are lots of videos out there around what to expect for jaw surgery, before and after photos, recovery, essentials, but I wanted to do my own video and share with you some of the supplies that I found very helpful for the first week and the coming weeks when you're recovering from jaw surgery. So as you can see, I'm still talking a little bit funny and my smile is a little bit weird. I still have some numbness around my cheek area or my chin area and cheeks. I have a little bit of swelling still, so which is all normal and common after jaw surgery. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll also make a list of all of the supplies below my video. So the first week is definitely the hardest. So be prepared to be uncomfortable, to be weak. Your face feels huge and stiff, and there's some weird tingling and shooting numb, weird nerve stuff going on. And so the first few days you're going to be instructed to ice, and you really want to adhere to that. I thought I was going to use socks around my face. You may have some tips around tying socks together with ice packs inside. I had that already, and then after I got home it just was too heavy on my face and it just didn't work for me. In the hospital they gave me these Stay Dry ice packs, so it's almost like kind of like this. You'll see some people with photos like that. I found this really helped. They're not meant to be used over and over and over, so if you can ask the hospital to give you a few of these, this was a lifesaver. My husband was my ice pack guy and he just kept filling it up. After a couple of hours it does start to melt, so you do want to switch out. So I had 3 or 4 of these on the go. That first week it's liquids only, so you really you want to try to get as much liquids as you can in. Your mouth either might be wired shut or just with really tight elastics, so you're not going to be able to open up wide at all, and so you're going to need either large syringes or squeeze bottles. I threw out all of my large syringes, but you can ask the hospital, they'll give you some to take home of 30 milliliters or 60 milliliters even. This is a really tiny one. This is what I use for my liquid medicine. You might be prescribed some liquid morphine, children's Tylenol, things like that. So I used 10 milliliter little syringes for my medicine, but for your liquids you can use a larger syringe. And they have a little brown catheter that goes on the top. But what you might also see in some recommendations are these squeeze bottles. Now you can see I bought these 2 squeeze bottles they were pretty cute. They were expensive. I could not find other bottles like this, just clear, like at Walmart or anything like that. I couldn't find it. I got these at Canadian Tire. I think they were about 25 bucks, but you can use these for your liquids. You might want to have one for water, one for more of your savory or sweet, and then just rinse it out, but I would definitely keep one just for water. Another idea for these, and what I use them for, is for my saltwater rinse, because you are going to want to rinse your mouth out. It's going to feel gross with all the sweet, sticky medicine. And you're not going to be able to really brush your teeth for a little while. And so you just squeeze some salt water in and rinse and just try to spit it out as best you can. So these were some of my must-haves as well. Another must-have when you are, in the first few weeks, and even now I still drool, and there's a bunch of saliva buildup. So what I used was I just got tea towels, and I just would tie them around like this, and this was sort of what I looked like for the first few weeks when I was drinking or anything like that, just to try to save Kleenex. But I did go through a lot of Kleenex as well, so I would highly recommend having some on hand just to be able to wipe your face, because you're numb, you don't really feel what's going on. So That's another thing. Another really recommended item is some kind of lip ointment. So this is Lucas's Paw ointment. It's from Australia. I ordered it on Amazon, and I just basically just covered my lips and area all around here a few times a day. Especially bring this to the hospital with you as well. They will offer you Vaseline. I don't prefer Vaseline. I don't know how good it is for you, but some kind of either coconut oil or some kind of ointment for your lips, because it will get really dry. Coconut oil I put on my face a lot. I just kind of douse my face in coconut oil, because you're gonna find that you do get really tight and dry. So after the first week, you can switch to heat, and it is recommended. Always check with your doctor about what they recommend, but after the first 4 days, on day 5, I switched to heat, so you can just use like a warm compress. I found these oat bags, so you put them in the microwave and then you just hold them like this. So that was me. I did that periodically throughout the day. It really helps to relieve the inflammation. Walking is a really good thing. As soon as you can, just get up, walk around, even if it's just around your house for a little bit. It helps get blood flowing. And yeah, it just really helps with that. Another really good item is a nasal spray. The hospital will probably give you some, but I bought one as well, so they gave me one to take home. You're not going to be able to blow your nose, and so what you're going to want to do is just spray in there, have some Kleenex, and then just help whatever comes out, because there'll be some dried blood and things like that, but you're not going to be able to blow your nose for quite a few weeks. Q-tips are always really good, just to help kind of clean things out. I fortunately didn't have a huge problem breathing after surgery. You do have to kind of go to your happy place, because you aren't able to open your mouth very wide, and your nose can get plugged up. So some people that I know had a lot of problems with breathing. Luckily I did not, but it is also important to try to clear your nostrils and just, try to help your breathing as best as you can. And another item that really helped me as well to alleviate some of those breathing problems are these Breathe Right strips. They're not cheap, but they definitely helped. You just put them on. I just had them on during the day, and it just opens your nostrils a little bit, so those have been recommended. Always check with your doctor too, if you have any questions about whether you should or shouldn't be using certain things. After about 7 days, I was able to start drinking out of a cup. And so I found certain cups worked and certain cups didn't. I found cups that have a lip on them really helped with the drooling. So these are just children's sippy cups. These are those little party cups for beer. I don't recommend drinking beer after the surgery, but these definitely helped, and I reused them, washed them, things like that. Other types of food and drinks for the first week, it's really important to try to get as much nutrition as you can. It's hard. You don't really feel like drinking, especially if you're using the syringe. It takes some effort to get the liquid, and it's not a lot of liquid, and you feel like you've accomplished so much when you finish a syringe full of liquid, but it's only about 30 milliliters. So a few of my essentials that I really found awesome was V8 juice. I found that, especially because all of the medication was so sweet, I was just really craving savory items, and so things like V8 juice, it just tasted so good to me. Another idea is just getting some vegetable or chicken broth. Luckily I had a good friend bring me some homemade organic chicken broth, and it was just divine. It was so good. You do start getting your appetite back after a few days. I found around day 5 my stomach started to growl, and I really was hungry, and so because you're on liquid only for the first week, it is hard to try to get as much nutrients in. Something other very important is getting enough protein. You can either use something like this Veggie. I did purchase some Shakeology as well. They both have some really good nutrients in it. I know a lot of people recommend getting things like Boost and Ensure, and I don't want to knock any specific brand, but you just really want to be aware of how much sugar is in some of these drinks. And if you can, try to make your own, or try to find a protein supplement that doesn't have a lot of either artificial sugars or just sugar. It's really not good for you, and you really want to try to get as many good nutrients as you can. Getting a blender, doesn't matter what it is, if it's a NutriBullet, Vitamix. I did invest in a Vitamix before the surgery, but you will blend pretty much everything. I've blended meat, everything. So you can get some soups and you just blend them up. Once, after a couple weeks, I kind of had enough energy to make some soup, and so I did that. But really, I blended everything. What you can do is just add extra water or chicken broth to certain things just to make it more liquidy. But it is really important to try to get as much nutrition as you can. So I just got the go-ahead. I'm just past the 6-week mark, so I just got the go-ahead to start chewing again. Once you start chewing, it's a whole different ball game, but it's weird, your teeth were probably still going to be a bit numb. It just feels, I think someone mentioned, it kind of feels like, they're not your own teeth, and you can hear the chewing, but you can't really feel it. So I'm at that stage right now in my jaw surgery journey, but yeah, I hope these items helped you, and if you have any questions, just comment below. My name is Lisa, and I hope you enjoyed this video.